Guys, what's going on? It's Oregon Motorcycle, bringing you another awesome episode, coming to you straight out of Portland on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It is March, I don't know, 2nd, 3rd, somewhere around there, 2021. My GoPro keeps shutting off on me for whatever reason. I don't know, I can't figure it out. Oh, please stop shutting off on me. It just shuts off with no warning. And I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and I look down and my camera's off, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Guys, today's topic is neutral. Neutral on motorcycles. Why, in my opinion, I'm gonna give you guys my opinions on neutral. And this was a thought, an idea I had for a video like last year. I just never got around to doing it. And then like I was out riding with my buddy the other day, and it kind of clicked. I was like, oh yeah, I need to do that neutral video and explain to you guys why you don't need it. What's all the fuss about it for? And I guess the reasoning for this, I watch these videos, you know, watching more Moto Madness and stuff. Still filming. And I don't know what it is, but I see it a lot with the sport bike guys. And I'm not knocking you guys. I like sport bikes. I'm probably going to buy another one after I get this one paid off. But it always seems like with the sport bike crew, like it's always cool to come up to a stoplight and see who can get their hands off their handlebars the quickest, because they're neutral. They want to be, you know, sit there and, you know, I don't know, I don't get it. One of my best buddies I ride with, that dude will have his bike in neutral like as soon as he's done shifting, and it's like, geez, dude. So in this video I'm going to give you guys my opinions, my views on it, and then I'm going to show you my techniques when I come to a stop and all that good stuff. But yeah, so I tried to upload a video yesterday and I failed, but I'm gonna not fail because I'm gonna upload it again. I tried like it's rendering right now for like the 3rd time in a row. I like to push my limits sometimes, especially on YouTube with monetization stuff. So I was playing a lot of Jimi Hendrix on Sunday when I was out and about, and so I got to thinking, like, damn, I just wonder like how much of this music is monetized. And like some of the stuff I was listening to, he's just sitting there jamming on the guitar, and I'm like, man, this isn't even a song. There's no way this stuff's monetized. Yep, I'm here to tell you that it is monetized. All of that B-side Jimi Hendrix stuff you guys think that nobody's ever heard before, it's all monetized. So yeah, I had to go back in there, pull some stuff out. Then I tried to re-upload it again this morning. I got hit again, and there was part of me that was like, oh, I'm gonna get blocked, I'm gonna get, you know, demonetized or whatever, and I was gonna be fine with that, but they're blocking this one. So sometimes they get a little anal on certain artists and they just block the whole video. They don't even give you a chance. You guys know my views on that. They should give all the money to the artist. If it's not big a deal, let the video play. But whatever, I can't have my cake and eat it too. So I'm gonna go home and upload that video and get that taken care of. And hopefully this time it'll pass. There's still a little bit of music in there, but not enough to get monetized. I mean, there was a clip in there, it's like 45 seconds long of just me riding with music in downtown Portland. It was pretty cool. Wish I could have shared it with you guys, but you know, rules. So look at this car. Oh, not gonna see it very well. That's a unique looking car. I don't even know what it is. Probably some kind of Volvo, I think. Anyways, neutral. So like I was saying earlier, a lot of times you guys come up to a stoplight like we are here, and you want to click your bike into neutral like I just did, so that way I can have both hands free. See this? Hands free. And the bike's in neutral, it can roll around. I can put my kickstand down and still have it run. Maybe that's why we need neutral. It's the kickstand, you guys. That's the only reason why motorcycles have neutral, is because of the kickstand. Haha! Found it out. Alright, that doesn't mean we still can't talk about it. Alright. So I kicked this idea around. I go, why do motorcycles have neutral? What do we need neutral for? And I was telling my buddy the other day, I was like, you know, actually I had my bike in neutral that same day because I had put my bike in storage, and the way my storage unit is, it's kind of like elevated. So I have like a little ramp that I made, a little ramp system. And so I pushed up this ramp, it goes into storage, got it all locked up nice and tight. And so when I do this and I wheel it out, it's easier to maneuver the bike in that situation with it in neutral. Now, if I didn't have neutral, I could simply just pull the clutch in and accomplish the same thing. There might be a little more drag from it turning the cogs on the clutch or whatever, but pretty much irrelevant. That's like my only thing. You know, I was talking to my buddy, that's like the only scenario where I would say like, oh, neutral's useful. And I'm sitting there telling him this while I'm watching him trying to get this bike into neutral. And you guys know some bikes that are just inherently a bitch to get into neutral. For instance, the Ducati. There's a local YouTuber here that bought a brand new Ducati, and he actually took it back to the dealership because he was having problems getting it in neutral at stoplights. And the KTM, I've heard the KTM, the 390 in particular, and some of their other bikes, really hard to get into neutral. And it never really all like clicked all together for me. But then I started thinking about it, I'm like, why? Like, people are so hell-bent on getting their bike into neutral at a stoplight. And so today you guys can comment down below in the comment section on this video about why you feel that it's important to get your bike into neutral at a stoplight. And I'm going to tell you why I don't think it is important. And in fact, I think it's better not to do it. And I'm going to tell you guys why. So, still recording. Still recording. I'm on reserve. I need to get some gas. Okay, so, you know, talk about safety quite a bit on this channel, but I play both sides of that. You know, like, I might go and have some fun and hit some twisties and not be so safe, but I commute on my bike, so I'm really focused on safety, and I'm really focused on techniques of how to improve safety. And I feel that one of those techniques on increasing your safety on your motorcycle while riding on the street is not engaging the motorcycle into neutral when you're on the street. And there's, you know, it's countless accident videos on YouTube, blah, blah, whatever. We always see the, you know, you see the motorcyclist getting rear-ended, and I just seen a couple more of them recently. You don't want to go? Okay, I'll go. More motorcyclists getting rear-ended, and that's a shame. It's a shame. It's more than just a shame. It's downright dangerous and can be deadly in certain situations. And that's why I tend to hug the dotted line. I hope that can prevent being rear-ended. And I try to a lot of times angle my bike towards in between the cars. So if I were to get rear-ended, hopefully it would maybe push me in between the cars instead of sandwiching me in between the cars. Oh, can't even talk. So there's this defense mechanism or defense move that some motorcyclists like to talk about, and that has to do with keeping your bike in first gear at a stoplight and tuning your attention to your mirrors. So you're not focusing on your mirrors. You don't want to just focus on your mirrors and not pay attention to what's going on around you, but you want to make sure that that's in your priorities, is watching your rear view mirrors in case of a car comes up behind you at a high rate of speed, or skidding, or you see the car spinning out behind you. Man, you drop that clutch and hit the gas and get out of the way, okay? And you guys, we're talking about split seconds here, and it would take a lot and take the perfect scenario for you to be able to drop the clutch and get away from a car that's skidding out behind you. I will say that, but can you do it? Yeah, it could happen. Now, this is the thing, when we're talking about split seconds and things happening so fast, would you guys analyze these accidents, these automobile accidents, motorcycle accidents, whatever you may have? A lot of times they happen like, you're like, oh shoot, you don't even have time to react, and they happen that fast. So let's go back to you having your bike in neutral at that same scenario. Easy there. And we go back to those split second things. So how much more time would it take if you were in that scenario to get your bike into first gear and to get it out? Well, you're probably doubling your time there. So let's think about this. If you want to accelerate and get out of the way in an emergency situation and your bike's already in first gear, all you have to do is start to release the clutch while you're releasing the brakes. I think that all kind of happens at the same time, and give it some gas. So you're basically releasing the clutch, giving it some gas. Those are two very minor things to do that are kind of embedded into our brain through muscle memory that we can naturally do. But if you get freaked out and you get in a bad situation and your bike's in neutral, well, now you have to is he gonna throw a stop sign out? No, He's just crossing the railroad tracks. Interesting to see a school bus. I'm like, what is this big yellow box in front of me right now? Oh boy. Where was I? So if you're in that situation where you're getting freaked out, you got a car skidding out behind you, blah, 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 shit's going down, you got to get your bike in gear and get it moved. Well, now you've just introduced 2 more steps to a 2-step process. So in my eyes, you've doubled the process. So now you got to pull the clutch in, and now you got to find the gear shift, and you got to get it into gear, and then you got to go back and do what you got to do in the first place, which is release the clutch and give it some throttle. You turn 2 steps into 4 steps. Now, I'm no like engineer, you know, blah blah blah, major scientist or whatever, so I can't like tell you, oh, you're going to be way safer if you always keep your bike in gear. I can tell you that logic will tell you that you'll be safer. Basic logic. You know, so there's that side of it, the safety side of it, which I think is the biggest part. So now some may say that, okay, on this bike I have a little bit of advantage because I run a, not supposed to turn there, bud. I have a spring assisted clutch, so my clutch pull is like about half of what a typical sport bike would be. And so somebody may say that, oh well, I don't, you know, it's making my hand tired. You drive a sport bike in traffic and you're gonna get, you know, arm pump or whatever they call it. And I can understand that. So this is the other thing you can do, and I say do this if your bike is in properly operating mechanical shape, which it should be if you're riding, especially if you're commuting. Your bike should be in tip-top shape, of best of your abilities. I can understand, say in certain situations you might be on a test ride, so this practice might not suit you, like if you're test riding a bike or something. But especially nowadays, bikes are pretty reliable, especially if your bike's only a couple years old and you do your due diligence and your maintenance and stuff. All you do is do this. You shut the bike off, okay? You see how easy that was? And now I have both hands free. I can do whatever I want. I can ride. I learned this from the highway patrol when I lived in California. I'd see the motorcyclists, motor patrol, they'd stop and instantly they shut their engine off and they got both hands free. Now all I got to do is grab the clutch, pull it in, I hit the start button. Yeah, I added steps to that, but I don't make it a habit to shut the bike off. Like I said, you can shut the bike off if you need to free your hands, and it's done with one simple click of your thumb. Way easier than trying to find neutral, especially when the bike's running and not rolling. That's the hardest time to get a bike into neutral. And you know, a lot of good riders will have it to neutral before the bike stops moving. That's what I would do when I was trying to do it. But really, I don't know, guys. Once you sit back and start analyzing all these little micro details, you get a bigger picture of like, why in the hell are people putting their bikes in neutral at a stoplight? I want to hear from you guys why. So my typical stop, like you guys see me stop back there, I pull the clutch in, I'm in first gear, I got a free hand, I can do whatever I want with this hand. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's turn the camera on, adjust the camera, whatever, blah blah blah. Sometimes, you know, you got to use this hand to deal with your Senna. So like I said, just turn the bike off. It's gonna, you know, turn right back on. So I don't know, there's that. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on the whole neutral thing. And like, if we made a bike without neutral, well, there goes the kickstand switch, right? So if you put it in gear, it would always be in gear, and so you would never be able to turn the bike on with the kickstand down. That's essentially what it would turn into. Just whatever, I don't know. You don't really need to have the kickstand down and have your bike running anyways, to tell you the truth. So could they build a bike with no neutral? Well, today, on this beautiful Oregon day, Oregon Motorcycle says yes they can. Will they do it? Oregon Motorcycle says no they won't. I don't know, neutral in cars is a lot different than on a bike, so I don't know, guys. I just wanted to talk about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, folks. Just killing it on subscribers lately, which is awesome. Really happy with that. Oh, check out my Patreon. I've been posting more stuff on my Patreon, and I'm going to figure out a routine and maybe start posting my videos earlier on Patreon than when I release them on YouTube. I know I was saying some of that last year, so I don't know. I'm still learning how to use Patreon, but I know that I have been posting pictures there the last couple days that you guys haven't seen. So if you guys are interested in that, go over there and check that out. I got Amazon links to all kinds of stuff down below in the descriptions. like hand guards and switches and relays and gear. Some of my gear, my gloves and stuff are down there and that kind of thing. So you guys go down there and check that stuff out. GoPro accessories, all that good stuff. So you guys can go out and do the same thing I'm doing and have fun doing it. So I guess we're gonna leave it there. And I'll see you guys on the next video. So until next time, folks, Oregon Motorcycle.